Michael tapped his phone screen, the glow of Tinder illuminating his tired eyes. It had been a long string of left swipes, models with pouty lips and bios that read Wanderlust and Why Not. Then she popped up, Jessica, with cascading dark hair that tumbled past her shoulders, eyes that sparkled with a hint of mischief, and a smile that could launch 1,000 ships, or at least a decent first date. Jessica was a breath of fresh air. Unlike the usual parade of self-absorbed profiles, Jessica's bio spoke of a love for obscure documentaries, a passion for getting lost in the wilderness on weekend hikes, and a healthy disdain for Michael's personal kryptonite. Bad puns. A back-and-forth volley of witty messages ensued, punctuated by shared playlists and late-night philosophical discussions. They clicked. They really clicked. So when Jessica suggested a date, Michael was ecstatic. There was just one unusual detail. She preferred a secluded park at 7 p.m., citing her introverted nature and a desire for a more intimate setting. Blinded by the promise of a genuine connection and Jessica's undeniable beauty, Michael readily agreed. Fast forward to 7 p.m. sharp. Michael, looking his best in a crisp button-down and jeans, pulled his sleek Mercedes into the designated park. The air hung heavy, the silence broken only by the mournful hoot of an owl in the distance. A shiver danced down his spine, but he brushed it off as a predate jitters, focusing on his phone, waiting for Jessica's text, confirming her arrival. Suddenly, a chilling sound shattered the quiet. A series of heavy footsteps, getting closer with each crunch of unseen leaves. Michael's heart hammered a frantic rhythm against his ribs. He wasn't a stranger to the outdoors, and these weren't the light, playful steps of a deer. He remembered his mom's recent birthday gift, tucked away in the center console. A compact pepper spray snuggled amongst his hiking essentials. Gripping it tightly, he prayed he wouldn't need it, just as a hulking figure emerged from the shadows, a giant of a man with a menacing glint in his averted eyes. Michael reacted on pure instinct. He'd taken a safety course for his solo camping trips, and the training kicked in. With a practiced flick of his wrist, he drew his licensed pistol, a precaution he'd always held on to despite occasional scoffs from friends. "Who are you? What do you want?" he yelled, his voice surprisingly steady despite the tremor in his limbs, aiming the weapon at the man's leg. A deafening gunshot echoed through the otherwise serene park. The man shrieked in pain, doubling over and clutching his foot as his phone tumbled from his grasp. The sound of a notification chiming confirmed Michael's worst fears. This wasn't Jessica. He'd been catfished. Relief washed over him in waves, quickly followed by a nauseating realization. He'd been lucky. His adrenaline subsided, replaced by a cold sweat of fear. Had he hesitated even a fraction of a second longer, things could have gone very differently. The thrill of the date, the intoxicating charm of Jessica's online persona, had completely clouded his judgment. He'd thrown caution to the wind, ignoring the basic safety measures he usually adhered to. The incident left a deep scar. It was a brutal reminder of the dark underbelly of online dating. There were people out there who lurked in the shadows, preying on the vulnerable with malicious intent. From then on, Michael vowed to be vigilant, public places only, friends informed about his whereabouts, no exceptions, and a healthy dose of skepticism, always. In the end, a disastrous date became a valuable lesson, a stark reminder that sometimes a little caution can save you from more than just a bruised ego. It could save your life. Thanks for joining us on Fright Scream. Remember, for more chills, subscribe and hit that notification bell. Until next time, sleep tight if you dare.